You ever leave a conversation feeling like you just ran a marathon, but all you did was sit there, smile, nod, and pretend everything was fine? You can't quite explain it, but you feel drained. Not because of what was said, but because of what was felt. You don't know what changed, but somewhere along the way, you stopped feeling like you. What if I told you the signs were always there? Hidden in plain sight. You just didn't know how to spot them until now. Because sometimes, it's not about the big blow-ups. It's about the 1,000 little cuts you've been taught to ignore. Let's talk about how to recognize toxic relationships instantly. Relationships are meant to bring joy, support, and growth. They should empower us to become better versions of ourselves. But sometimes, we find ourselves entangled in connections that leave us drained, anxious, or diminished. These are toxic relationships, emotional traps that often start subtly but can have long-lasting effects on our mental and emotional well-being. The key to protecting yourself is recognizing toxicity early. The sooner you see the red flags, the sooner you can respond. This video will walk you through how to recognize toxic relationships instantly before the damage takes root. A toxic relationship is any connection, romantic, platonic, familial, or professional, that consistently harms your emotional, psychological, or physical well-being. Toxicity is often characterized by manipulation, control, lack of respect, and emotional instability. These relationships can stem from narcissism, insecurity, unresolved trauma, or simply poor interpersonal skills. What matters most is the effect they have on you. If you often feel worse after interacting with someone, it might be a sign you're in a toxic dynamic. Recognizing toxicity quickly helps you. Set boundaries before they're crossed too often. Avoid emotional entanglement or abuse. Make empowered decisions about who deserves your energy. Preserve your self-esteem and mental health. Many people overlook the early signs, chalking them up to stress, a bad day, or just how they are. But small warning signs often snowball into bigger issues. Let's break down those early indicators. 1. You feel emotionally drained after interactions. One of the fastest ways to detect toxicity is by paying attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Do you feel exhausted, anxious, or low? Do you feel like you have to emotionally recover after every interaction? Are you constantly second-guessing what you said or did? Toxic people often project their issues onto others. They might dump their problems on you without caring about your capacity to hold space. Over time, this emotional vampirism becomes overwhelming. Instant tip. Check in with yourself after each interaction. If someone consistently leaves you feeling worse, that's a red flag. 2. They don't respect boundaries. Toxic individuals have a knack for pushing or ignoring boundaries. They show up uninvited or overstay their welcome. They keep bringing up topics you've asked them to avoid. They manipulate you into saying yes when you really want to say no. Boundaries are the foundation of healthy relationships. If someone regularly disregards yours, they're showing you who they really are. Instant tip. Notice how they respond when you say no or ask for space. A respectful person will honor it. A toxic person will guilt trip, gaslight, or ignore you. 3. They always make themselves the victim. Ever have a friend who never takes responsibility for anything? In every story they tell, they're always the ones who are wronged. Their exes were all crazy. Their bosses are always unfair. They never do anything wrong. This perpetual victimhood is a toxic trait. It often comes with deflecting blame, refusing accountability, and using guilt as a weapon. Instant tip. Watch their storytelling. Do they ever own their mistakes, or is the blame always on someone else? 4. You're walking on eggshells around them. Do you constantly monitor what you say or do to avoid setting them off? That tension, where you're hyper-aware of their moods or reactions, is a huge warning sign. Toxic people often create environments where others feel unsafe expressing themselves honestly. This might be due to explosive reactions, passive aggressiveness, or emotional unpredictability. Instant tip. If you're editing your behavior just to avoid conflict with them, that's not a healthy relationship. That's survival mode. 5. They use guilt as a weapon. Guilt is a favorite tool in the toxic person's toolkit. After everything I've done for you, I guess you don't care about me at all. If you really loved me, you would. This emotional manipulation is designed to control you through obligation. It's not about mutual care, it's about power. Instant tip. If someone makes you feel guilty for asserting your needs, it's not love. It's control. 6. They undermine your self-worth. Toxic people chip away at your confidence in subtle and not so subtle ways. Backhanded compliments, "You look good," for once. Constant criticism disguised as jokes. Dismissing your achievements or dreams. Over time, this erodes your self-esteem, making you feel like you're lucky to have them or not good enough for anything better. Instant tip. Track how often they support you versus belittle you. Do you feel uplifted or deflated around them? 7. They're jealous of your other relationships. Healthy people are happy to see you thrive. Toxic ones? Not so much. They get jealous or possessive when you spend time with others. They plant seeds of doubt about your other friends or loved ones. They create drama to isolate you. Jealousy in small doses is human. But when someone actively tries to cut you off from your support system, it's manipulation. Instant tip. Are they happy when you're happy, or only when you're dependent on them? 8. They keep score. In toxic dynamics, love and kindness are transactional. I did X for you, so now you owe me. They bring up past favors or sacrifices as leverage. They constantly compare what they've done versus what you've done. This keeping score breeds resentment and imbalance. Real love doesn't require a tally sheet. Instant tip. If someone brings up past gifts just to manipulate the present, that's a red flag. 9. You don't feel like yourself anymore. One of the most telling signs of toxicity is how it affects your identity. You feel lost or confused about who you are. You've stopped doing things you love. You feel smaller, quieter, and less confident. Toxic relationships often require you to shrink in order to keep the peace. Over time, you lose pieces of yourself to maintain the connection. Instant tip. Reflect on your before and after. Are you more yourself or less since they entered your life? 10. They twist the truth. Toxic people are master manipulators. One common tactic is gaslighting, making you question your memory, perception, or sanity. They deny things you clearly remember. They twist your words against you. They make you feel crazy for having a normal emotional reaction. Gaslighting is deeply damaging. It undermines your ability to trust yourself. Instant tip. If you constantly doubt your reality after talking to someone, take a step back. Trust your gut. Keep records if needed. 11. They're all talk, no change. Toxic people often say the right things when cornered, but never follow through. They apologize without changing behavior. They make promises they don't keep. They guilt you into staying, then repeat the cycle. Apologies without action are manipulation in disguise. Instant tip. Don't just listen to words, watch behavior. Real change is consistent and sustained. Recognizing toxicity is just the beginning. Here's how to move forward. 1. Set clear boundaries. Start by asserting your needs clearly. Use direct, respectful language. Stick to your limits, even if they resist. 2. Create distance. If possible, reduce your exposure to the toxic person. This might mean spending less time with them or communicating less frequently. 3. Document the behavior. If you're dealing with someone especially manipulative or gaslighting you, keep records of interactions. This helps you stay grounded in reality. 4. Seek support. Talk to trusted friends, family, or a therapist. Outside perspectives help validate your experience and guide your decisions. 5. Decide whether to stay or go. In some cases, relationships can be repaired with therapy, mutual effort, and accountability. But many toxic connections require walking away entirely. 6. Choose yourself. You are not obligated to maintain a relationship that causes harm, no matter the history. Choosing your peace is not selfish, it's survival. In conclusion, toxic relationships don't always come with flashing red signs. They often sneak in disguised as love, friendship, or mentorship. But the body knows. The heart knows. Your energy knows. Trust that. If something feels off, it probably is. Recognizing toxicity instantly isn't about being judgmental, it's about being protective of your peace. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to let anyone chip away at it. You deserve relationships that feel like home. Safe. Warm. Empowering. Not ones that make you question your reality or shrink to fit in. So listen to the red flags. They're not suggestions, they're warnings. And you're allowed to walk away. Because your life, your energy, and your soul are far too precious to waste on anything less than healthy love. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this.